So, which is more of a compliment? If a man compliments your attractiveness and he's not gay, or a woman?
Okay, so a straight man or a woman. I think it has to do with their own fashion sense and their own knowledge of fashion sense as part of it. But compliments you in general, though, I mean, I guess I would say in that case, the woman.
Oh, okay. See, I was going to say it's the other way around. Like if a man goes out of his way, he's not attracted to you.
Yeah.
Yet, as someone like just a barely, knows you, just an acquaintance, and goes out of his way to tell you you're a good looking man, I feel like that to me has more weight than 10 women telling me I'm attractive.
Yeah, I guess so. I was thinking more of like, what was the actual compliment though? What
both were okay. In my example, this is in like the last 3 weeks. This happened to me twice where a man was like, met me, acquaintance in a public, in like a general setting, and been like, I'm not gay, but I have to tell you, you're a very good looking man.
Okay, that does hold more weight then. Okay.
And not trying to say it to compliment myself. I just like,
no, yeah.
I was like curious how that lands. Like to me, like that means way more than like 10 women being like, oh, you're kind of handsome.
Well, that's why I was saying, I mean, I think it has to do with the compliment, how they say it, what they actually mean by it. So yeah, I mean, I agree with you in some ways. I think it's the context of everything. Yeah. I don't know, but
the one guy was like, it was actually kind of funny because he's like, again, we just like meeting in this like business setting, right? And kind of gets to know, and there was alcohol involved. So let's be honest. Like, I think
that plays a part.
It things come out that you maybe you'd be a little bit more hesitant to say.
Yeah.
But in this case, he finds out what I do and like all these things. And he's like, dude, you're successful and good looking. He's like, you got to leave some room for the rest of us. So
nice.
He's like, and I'm not gay. I'm just,
that one was an even better compliment then, I guess. Yeah.
So anyway,
and then you finish it with, not that there's anything wrong with that. Leave a comment. Let us know where that's from.
Always. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah. We'll leave the sentence with that.
Hey, welcome back to Screen Time TV, a podcast where we discuss some of the latest streaming shows, TV shows, whatever type of show. And currently discussing Euphoria Season 3. But before we get into that, Jared, be in the world, not of the world.
Yes.
So my name's Josh, and this is my co-host, Jared.
Shakespeare. Is there anyone better?
Gotta say, at least there's some good lines from there.
Yeah. Start with the positive.
Yeah. All right. So, we're working backwards. We'll finish up talking, or like a little bit deeper dive on Season 3, Episode 5 of Euphoria. Before that, we'll do a little bit of what we've been watching. Before that's feedback, though I don't think we have any this week.
Nope.
So,
not yet. Should have a lot soon then, since we haven't.
Yeah, I don't know what
got any together. So,
yeah, I don't know if it's we're not getting the comments or what, but
I think there'll be some. So, next time maybe.
Yeah, you guys got to get commenting, make comments on the shorts, the longs.
It's mostly TikTok. I'll have to check that.
Yeah,
see how that is.
All right. Well, then, no feedback. Let's get into what we've been watching. What do you get? Anything?
Yeah, I have two things.
Me too. Two things.
All right.
One, you might be one of the same things you have. The other, I think you brought up a few weeks ago.
Oh,
and
okay.
I think. Anyway, go ahead.
Don't remember.
Go ahead.
A few weeks ago, but okay. Well, the first one is an episode of The Bear.
That's what. And that was the one I thought maybe.
I was wondering if you knew about it. Yeah, because it kind of wasn't really.
Well, it wasn't promoted on.
No.
Released it.
Yeah, which was interesting.
Yeah. So
yeah, we started.
This is The Bear. Gary.
Yeah,
is the title of the episode, which I guess is like a season 4.5 though. They anyway. This is where Richard, quote unquote Richie, and Michael, quote unquote Mikey, go on a work trip to Gary, Indiana.
Yep.
And of course, this is pretty much just episode with Eben Moss-Baccarat and John Berthal just hanging out for an hour, which was amazing.
Awesome. Yeah.
Nice. What do you got to say? Awesome.
Well, I just this is FX, so it's on Hulu. I was curious.
Disney Plus, because if you
right, that's right. It's all
together. It's all merging
now.
over.
That's right. I keep forgetting it's part of Disney. I like that. Well, I was wondering what it was at first because it is mainly a prequel, but in the ending of it does lead into, I assume, the final season, which is also they dated, which was nice. So June 25th, for final season of The Bear.
It's gonna be a busy summer.
I know. I was wondering, like, we're gonna do that in House of Dragon at the same time because, like, we gotta talk about the final season. You know.
Yeah, we gotta cover The Bear final season, but we gotta cover House of Dragon.
Right. But I like you said, these two actors are just awesome together, and obviously they're like best friends in real life. They're doing Dog Day Afternoon on Broadway right now, which I would love to see because I love that movie. But yeah, so and then I also saw it was still Chris Storer, the creator, directed the episode, but they wrote this episode, which was cool.
I didn't catch that. That's cool.
I saw it in the credits. So then it's like, how much did they actually write, or is it just them? I imagine like there's probably plenty of improv between the two of them. It seems that way in this episode, which is great. So yeah, I was happy to see cousin, obviously, Richie, but then we don't see Mikey that much anymore, obviously. And so it's great to have a whole episode with him too. So yeah, I loved it. And actually a very surprising end to the episode too. So I don't know if we want to spoil since I don't know if people have watched it. But yeah, what'd you think?
Yeah, I thought it's great. Just like you mentioned, it probably some improv because like really you could probably, these guys play these characters enough that they just can get into that roles and then just stick them in these situations and have them, let's just riff a little bit and end up with gold. So their dynamic on screen in this with these characters are just fun to watch. I think
because it's not like anything crazy that they're doing.
Right. Well, well, they think it's an important thing that they have to do. Yeah. But I do think like what I liked was the bar scene. I think that just seeing them show up into a bar, and by the time they left, they were like basically quote unquote best friends with everybody, because they're just the so like they're I would say it's not the right word, but dynamicness of their personalities, and there's a better word for that. Charisma. That's the word I was trying to think of. The charisma of their personalities just like draws everybody in, and then them being able to riff off like each other in that way as well. Yeah, it's just, like him telling the story about the tutor and then the
it was great. But then I also love that, because obviously Richie has a lot of charisma, but then like Mikey really does, and you see why so many people, even in their family, like later on in the show, why so many of them gravitate towards him or trusted him. But then I love how the start of that bar scene, how he is, winning everyone over, and then how he is when he is alone. The scene with that girl was like amazing.
Yep.
Because then you see really how he is, or how he is in the moment, and also plays into like what happens to him, obviously,
right? Like
before the show starts.
You can see a little bit of the struggle he's dealing with mentally, and which then, yeah,
and then, but then also the relationship between them two by the end of the bar, because how he like, I mean, it's really messed up what he says to Richie by the end. I'm like, dang, which is like, obviously his response is like, definitely not the first time he's done that to him.
Correct.
But yeah, it's just great to see. It's like a perfect, honestly, like prequel to the whole show, to see where where they came from, because it was also him, his wife that he was married to. She was about to give birth when he was leaving. So like that's what we know in the timeline where it's at.
Yeah, and she's like 3, 4, 5. I don't know. She's like older, not old, but like a young, a kid, not a baby or whatever when the show starts.
Yes.
The original season 1.
But then like the ending though, I think that was present day.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because you get that moment where he's like kind of staring out the window as a passenger, and then it cuts to him staring out the window. It's a different vehicle.
Yep.
And he looks over at the empty seat.
Right.
Because he's driving.
Because he was thinking about Mikey, and then
and then and someone honks, so then he moves forward. And spoilers if you did like skip ahead 30 seconds. Yeah. And then he gets T-boned. Now he gets T-boned from the passenger side, and he's in the driver's side.
True.
So typically, looking at what it was like, he's probably fine. But it's still,
but it's still pretty brutal, and looked like the car was coming pretty fast though.
Yeah.
Or at least the way they filmed it. So yeah, so I'm guessing that's going to play into the beginning of the final season in some way.
Yeah, maybe.
But this was really cool that they did this. But it is weird. Yeah, there was like no really promotion that I saw.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that this exists though.
Yes.
And it's just like, I think it'd be cool if more shows that have been going for a while would do this kind of thing. Because it doesn't happen that often.
It's the in between.
Yeah, and just like
it's kind of funny because it's kind of like Euphoria did it.
That's true.
Between season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
With these like vignette episodes and like the one was pretty decent where it's just Rue and her sponsor in the
that
diner.
Was great.
And this is kind of in that vein, right? Like it's similar to the thing where they're simple to shoot because this was a little bit more than one location, but not a lot. It was just them driving around, and then at the bar was most of the whole thing.
Yeah, and I wonder if it's just like wherever they were. Like I imagine this was filmed probably pretty recently. It's just like where they were when they were doing their play, and then Chris Storer was just there and just like filmed them driving around, and because you're right, it's just them in a car and then a bar, really.
Yeah.
So,
but no, it was great, and I really, again, just speaking to what you were talking about, intro to the bar. The way that they can play off each other as people who've basically grown up, best friends for so long. But then later at the end, when they're leaving, and he in just a few words can be so mean because of being, again, someone you've known so long that you know the right things to say.
Yep.
And how to like,
and also family in general, when it's like, you can, you have that capacity that you could do that to. It would also just be his cousin, right? Yeah, because it's Carmi's cousin.
They call each other cousins.
I thought he was actually Carmi's cousin.
They've never confirmed or denied that they're actually cousins.
Okay. I thought that Mikey and Richie actually were related in some way, but maybe not. I don't know.
I thought it was the other way around. I thought they just used that as an endearing term because they all feel like family, even though they're not actually family.
Yeah, you might be right. Yeah. I don't know. I just thought that he was somehow, maybe he isn't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway,
let us know if you know.
It's a great appetizer.
It is.
Before and teasing, I guess less than 2 months away.
Yep.
Less than a month. End of June. So 6 weeks away. Final season.
Which is like the show at its best, like this episode in previous seasons wasn't like incredible, But then, like, yeah, there were some moments we were covering it most recently that not quite as good. Still had amazing scenes, but also weird because we thought it was like end of season 4 was basically like seemed like the end. So it is weird they're doing another season. But I mean, I'm excited. I'm glad that we're getting more. But yeah, we'll see how the final season is.
Yeah, I guess if Richie ends up in the hospital, is that a reason for Carmi to come back and help at the restaurant?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
The little motivation.
Because he basically was out or leaving.
But then you lose the, some of their interaction is what is fun in the show.
Definitely.
So, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, but that'll only be the beginning. I mean, he has to be back in there at some point. But yeah, I imagine that's how it's going to start, though.
All right. What else you got?
My other one is the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Oh.
Because it's on VOD now. Or it just came on VOD. And I didn't really like the first one, but I wanted to see how this one was. And the animation, just like the first movie, the animation is like insane in this. Which is Illumination, right? Like it looks incredible, the animation and what they do in this. So that's the plus, but it really detailed too, like really cool what all they put into it. But then the actual story, I mean, it feels like it was made for people that have no attention span, which I guess makes sense for if you're wanting it for younger generations that really don't have attention spans. But like it's like lightning speed, like story beats, and just like we're just gonna keep going, and you don't really sit with anything. So I'm wondering if the Minecraft movie is like that too.
I
never saw it.
Never ended up. I wanted to watch it just to be able to say I saw it. Also because I love Napoleon Dynamite, and
it's not going to be nearly as good as that.
No, but it's just just to see something from the same creator, create something, and because he hasn't made that many movies.
Nope.
So I was more curious from that standpoint, the Minecraft of it all. And just to see it, but I just never got around to watching it.
Well, and then the only other thing, which was also bad in the first Mario movie, was the needle drops were so egregious and just like made no sense. It's just like, let's throw in top 10 of different decades. it's like an AC/DC song. Then it's like, Aha, Take On Me. It's just like, I don't know. I'm just like,
what are we doing?
It was bad. But anyway, I mean, it's cool they're doing these movies, but it's just like this story. It was pretty bad. But some awesome new characters though. The main new one, I don't know if he's in the trailer though, so I don't want to spoil it.
Okay.
But really cool. And
wouldn't have to be the Star Fox guy.
Yeah, was he in the trailers?
I don't know, but they surely have. They just announced they're doing a full like remake of Star Fox 64.
I saw that. It's awesome.
Which is kind of cool and wild and
yeah.
So because then they also call him Glenn Powell.
Yep,
voiced him. In the movie.
That's what I was going to mention also. It was awesome casting for him. He did great in this.
But then like he's not voicing him in the game. But.
No, I didn't think so. But yeah, so that, he was probably one of the best parts of this new one. Plus Star Fox, just cool anyway. But yeah, perfect voice actor to get for him.
Cool.
So yeah, that's on VOD.
Not recommended.
No.
Unless you have small children.
Yes.
All right. Well, the other thing I watched a couple episodes of is Big Mistakes on Netflix. Okay. I think you said you checked this out, right?
I did not check this one out.
Okay. Nope. This is the Dan Levy, his new comedy-esque show.
Who else is in it?
Taylor Ortega is the other lead.
Okay.
And I was not familiar with her, but no. I mean, like once I looked at it, and she's been in some a couple episodes of some other thing, like as a side character. So she's been in other shows, but like,
okay,
because I was like, she kind of looks familiar, but like, yeah. Anyway, the premise here is 2 directionless siblings are blackmailed into the world of organized crime.
All right.
So this is decent, and I'll probably watch more because I only watched, I think, 2.5 episodes, and it's entertaining. I think mostly because the family banter is fantastic between. So this is
because the mom too is someone famous, right?
Yeah. So the mom,
I did see that in the trailer.
and then it's Dan Levy and Taylor Ortega as brother and sister, and then they have another sister, but the other sister's like not around as much because she's like the one that is not the mess up. So normally the mom, like, she's there, and the mom's only like, why can't you be more like whatever, you know, like all the time. But the banter and dialogue between them, and then especially the 2 siblings that are obviously directionless. But the problem, like, Dan Levy he's like a pastor at a congregation.
Okay.
And so like he kind of has a job, and then the sister like doesn't have a job.
Okay.
But yet he's still kind of like, even though he has the job, like he's still kind of like, not really grounded in what he wants to do with his life. Okay. And then she's kind of the same. So then
how do you get that job then?
I don't know.
They don't really go into that, I guess.
So I think that part's great. I think it does a decent job of balancing the comedy with the crime drama genre, like kind of those 2 balancing. I would say it's not at the level. So, what's we talked about last week? The Apple TV show.
Widow's Bay.
Yeah, yep. I couldn't remember Widow's Bay, where like that, like pretty much brilliantly is balancing the comedy with the suspense horror, right?
Yes.
This balance is not quite as like it's, sometimes you're like, oh, that was a little odd transition from like one thing to another, where it's trying to be funny and then trying to be crime drama.
Okay.
But I will say, I think this one's a lot better than a very similar like general vibe premise is the Sunny Nights that was on Hulu.
Oh yeah.
Has Will Forte in the lead, and what's her name from The Good Place?
And you
Donna.
said that wasn't good.
Yeah, that one, like, it was not clicking with me at all, because it's also trying to do the same crime. It's basically the same. They get roped into the world of organized crime, like kind of, and yet they were doing something else, and their brother and sister, and it's supposed to be comedy / crime drama. so like that is, there's very similarities there. I think this one is better than that one. Okay. Like that for me, that one really wasn't working at all. This one works. I think, 2.5 episodes in, also just, knowing how comedies can be, and also remembering how Schitt's Creek was, like, I definitely want to give it a little bit more, because I think, if they're able to like kind of set things up, and then, again, how comedies can be, like, once you kind of get the characters set up, then it's a lot easier to like have those dynamics, and it could be good. So I think I'm going to watch a little bit more, but
okay.
Yeah. Big Mistakes on Netflix season 1. All right. No news or trailers to go. You got nothing?
No. Yeah. Not this week.
All right, so let's get into Euphoria season 3, episode 5. This little piggy. She would never. She would never say it out loud, but Nate going broke finally granted Cassie permission to follow her dreams.
So that's the description.
That was the description. Yeah.
It was like the first thing she says too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Really like the voiceover. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so I was looking, to me, this kind of felt like how we kind of got different backstories, even though this one's not a backstory. It's still, we got the intro. This was Cassie's intro.
Yep. Even
though it wasn't a backstory, whereas like some of the previous ones, we got Jules, we got Maddie, we got Rue, the first one, different people's kind of like, this is Cassie's opening. So we pick up off of the last episode, and then she's kind of blown up and she's doing the OnlyFans thing again. And because of going to the party, she's, you know, getting a bunch of subscribers, I guess, or whatever.
Is this show getting better, the same, or worse for you?
I think this episode was a little bit better again in some ways. I think it was very entertaining.
Okay.
I think there's also like kind of brought some things together that started like to like put some pieces together of like, well, at least in this episode especially, where you're kind of talking about basically sex workers from different perspectives. Right? You've got the OnlyFans, you've got the strip joint, you've got the sugar daddy situation for Jules.
Yep.
And they're all like some type of like exchanging money for sex, but you know, in different ways. So I think the stuff with the stuff between her and Maddie's still manipulating her. I think some of the stuff again from Cassie, like we mentioned in the wedding episode, that Sydney Sweeney's doing performance wise is like fantastic. Like the amount of things she's got to do in this, including the Shakespeare monologue,
yes,
which is honestly done great. Like
yeah, that was good.
Yeah, and yeah, there's just some great stuff in here from her as a performer. The and you know, Maddie, like, you know, I guess been lying to her about her because she shows up at her apartment and it's like she's just in the basement. But I like the giant King Kong Cassie.
Oh, you did like that? Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was great because I thought it was a great metaphor to, like, you know, she's kind of getting too big for her britches, but then also how, I mean, I know it's kind of a thing, but like the giant boobs breaking through the windows and stuff like I thought that was like like visually, just kind of like how, you know, you can become this like icon in that world, right? And then just all these, you know, men are just worshiping you from behind a screen, right? Like like, and I think that was like just a cool way to kind of end that with the opening, and then of course the title there. Yeah, I thought that was like a visually fun thing that they did.
Visually, it was a cool idea. I just like the whole intro, a lot of it. I just I'm just really over the like Cassie entrepreneurial expeditions. I'll put it that way. Because there's a lot of that in the beginning, and I'm just surprised we're on that so much still. Now, by the halfway through the episode, then I was like, okay, this is better. So like the second half, not all of it, but some of it was better. Like basically by the time we get back to Rue and Jules scenes, and she's asking Rue, like, hey, how many people have you been with since high school and all that? Like, obviously I said before, like their scenes are always, I think, some of the best. But yeah, the first half of this episode, I was like, man, I didn't think much of it was good at all.
Okay. So you don't like the Cassie stuff, basically? Because no. Most of the first half of the episode.
Right, yeah, it was a lot, yeah. But then later, because said the Shakespeare thing, that was great. And then...
So like that, I liked her interaction with her sister at the end, too.
Yes, that was good. But then the final scene, which we'll get to, is like very stupid.
I'm trying to remember what was the... Oh, yes. Yeah, yes.
Especially ending with that too. It's just like,
again, like we've done before, I was going to stick to Cassie stuff and then jump because it's the storylines. But But yeah, but then eventually she leverages her as an influencer, or not influencer, I guess, like OnlyFans famousness to get her a audition for the TV show that then, you know, it's a very minor role, and then, you know, her sister, Cassie's sister, Lexi. Why do I never remember her name? Lexi kind of helps her. But like, I think we also see in that interaction, Lexi's annoyance with always being the younger sister that was, and I use this loosely, less attractive, and always being in her sister's shadow of just like seeing Cassie probably get whatever she wants because she's the...
Yeah, well, she even says that to her.
Yes, but like, yeah. And so, you know, she's just annoyed again because she gets the role.
Yep.
And the end, then of course Cassie's all excited, and then she's just like, yeah, you're so self-centered, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a good scene.
I think it's also interesting to see like Cassie as a character. There's no depth to her, but like an intentionality to it. So I think
for sure,
because everything is a performance for her, and so she doesn't really.
I mean, she even goes on like, it's definitely like a Red Pill podcast that she goes on.
Yeah, but I mean, like, and she
and
just,
like what she says there.
But I mean,
too,
like,
even.
yeah, everything she's just saying what she thinks different people want her to hear.
Yeah.
She's not
to get more clients. Yeah, more guys. Yeah,
or more whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, more fame,
more subscribers. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that and the portrayal of that. Sydney Sweeney, I think, does a good job. Mm-hmm. And I thought that stuff worked. I mean, I know it's like all very kind of a little bit over the top.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, in some spots, very over top. But like, I think the overall of showing that the surface levelness of that, and just the and then the stuff with Rue is, you know, Rue and Joel's, I agree, it was good. You're talking about where Joel's is just like, well, say what you want, like, give me, like, because she talks about, she's like, it was just so, you know, passionate. We were like, she makes up somebody she was seeing, that wasn't real, and it was the stripper that went to rehab. Is the name she uses. And she's like, it was so passionate, blah, 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 and throwing shoes or whatever she says. Mm-hmm. And then Jules is like, well, my experience, that I've never seen you that way. You know, like, let's, you know, anyway. Yes. So.
Not even with her, yeah.
Yeah. And Lisa, that scene was pretty good. And then, but then she's like, well, aren't you with this guy? We can't, you know, do anything that's, you know, against the rules for you. And which then plays out a little bit later when I guess Rue left some boxer shorts or whatever.
Yep.
And he sees them
and flips out.
He flips out. Yeah. And so they kind of leave it a little open-ended that might be on the way out for Jules.
Might be, yeah.
And so then Jules might be out on the streets, so to speak, by next episode. And then Rue, like the other stripper that she tried to blackmail with putting drugs in her locker, kind of flips it and throws Rue under the bus by saying, hey, if she recognized the girl driver, she should have recognized the voices. Why did she not recognize the voices? Mm-hmm. And she's like, but we were there, and she let them just into the safe or steal stuff. So that kind of makes Elmo think, oh, maybe she was part of it. And yeah, so then I kind of.
But don't they already know because they identify the driver? So like obviously the other people would be the people she's been with.
Correct, but he didn't put two and two together until the stripper mentioned that they were in the room with like Rue. I can't remember the stripper's name, and then her and Rue, and then the guy that opened the safe. Like the three of them were in the room together when the robbers came. Mm-hmm. And so that's what.
Also, we don't know where that guy is.
They made it
Didn't
sound
get
like he was
anything
in
with
he was just in the hospital, and
Okay.
and then of course he was mad that he didn't give up his life for the money.
Yeah. Yep.
Then so then that leads to, and then Rue is having milkshakes with Maddie at a diner.
Right.
And they're having just kind of catching up a little bit, and Almo shows up, tells Rue to go out and get a ride with the guys, and then she
tries to get her out of it.
She's like, "Oh, don't you have something to be?" And she's like, "No."
So she wanted to do it.
Yeah, no, she
whatever was going to happen.
Yeah. Well, she saw an opportunity, and she's a business person.
Yep.
Because no, she's definitely very knows what she wants in that conversation, and it's
right. But Rue's warning her because she doesn't know what all this guy's involved with.
I think she has a good idea, though.
Does she?
I think she does. I don't think.
And she's still going to go through with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think Anyway, so this conversation with Maddie and Almo.
Yep.
I thought that dynamic was great. The way he instantly respects her and puts her as almost like a peer to him, versus anybody else. And we've seen him talk to a woman, or anybody really, that matter. And so that was interesting. And then they're basically becoming business partners, and she goes to inspect some of the women.
Yep.
Which, she picks the one that quote unquote portrayed Rue. Again, I can't remember her name. And then he picks the other one that, Kitty, that was the one that Rue was trying to help get out. And she picked one other. Great. She picked
There's three. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's going to quote unquote turn them into OnlyFans models, and is I guess the plan so that they can make a lot more money.
I guess that wasn't really clear what she's going to do with them. I mean,
that's what she pitched to him in the diner.
Did she? Okay.
Yeah, she said, "Hey, here's how much I was making with Cassie." And he shows her Cassie. She shows him Cassie. She's like, "It's how much I make a month," and he's like, it's 10 times what he makes at the strip joint.
Yeah.
On one of them, so he's like, "Well, I'm in." So then, they split some of the percentage and then profits, and so I mean, why not?
Yeah,
I mean, if you're in that, it seems like a good business move to me. And so then Rue gets taken by those guys, and then they have her dig a hole, and then they bury her in it, and her head's just sticking out. And like you said, this is dumb, and especially because we've done this once already.
Yep.
Where she had the apple, whatever, and he shot a gun when she first met Alamo, and he shot the apple, and she didn't, she didn't get shot. But they cut the black on that, and then it was at the end of an episode, and then came back to it the next episode as a start, and they do that again on here, where he's coming down on a horse like he's playing polo.
Well, no. The first episode, he does shoot, and then her reaction, she's so happy. Remember, because we talked about how good her reaction was at the end of the first episode. So that ends on her face afterwards. So that.
Oh, I guess so. We did see that.
Yeah, which we already knew. Obviously, she was. So what's so dumb about this is it's it cuts that oh, is she gonna die?
But she's not. They're not gonna kill her.
It's just a dumb way to. I mean, it's a dumb scene anyway, but especially to end on that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just.
Yeah, it was just a weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a dumb thing. He's he's got a polo mallet and riding a horse down the path like he's gonna knock her head off.
Yeah.
I mean, it is like a evil Bond genius kind of let me kill this person in a goofy way. But it was just, again, for it to be Rue, there's no, I mean, they're not going to kill her with 3 episodes more to go. And so it doesn't, why cut the black there? It was just a dumb thing to do.
Mm-hmm. And, I mean, again, we barely get any of Nate, but all that was pretty dumb too.
Yeah, that was dumb because Cassie had sent him money twice.
Yep.
And then he had the money but the guy didn't even give him a chance to pay.
Yeah, and we had to see his
toe get ripped off again and then cut a finger off.
Right, yeah, and the finger, yeah. That's really it, yeah.
Yeah, with him, yeah. Other than he was like, told her to move in with that guy. There was like that earlier conversation. Because she had the opportunity and he's like, yeah, go for it. She's like, you wouldn't be upset? And he's like, no.
The social media house or whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
But she made it look like that one scene. It made it look like she had been sleeping with him anyway. Kind of, right?
Maybe. Yeah.
She's like, just got like she have just like a sheet around her or something. Like it wasn't like she was like fully.
Oh,
like
yeah. I don't remember.
Or something. Like almost like she'd been slept over there, and then they were just hanging out on that balcony.
True.
When he presents her, like, why don't you, sign a contract and move in here? Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, 3 more episodes.
Yeah.
I
still have no idea where there's still no.
I don't know.
And it's just it's still because the original show 1 and 2 was about the relationships and especially about Jules and Rue's relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But it was also still about everyone else, like in their relationships and like this has not been. Like it's like just been about like their careers more, right? Like,
yeah, we only get very small moments.
You get the little moment about like whose Maddie is it, and then and it's almost like they almost like present it as like Cassie either was with Maddie or with Nate, and then now she's gone back to Maddie, so to speak. Like, and these are, it's like who is in kind of controlling her life, right? And there's a little bit of that. There's, a little bit of Jules and Rue, but even that's kind of very few and far between. Yeah. And of course, Lexi, had, what's his name? And he's, off camera because he passed away in real life.
Right.
The actor. So you don't have any there. So, and then there's definitely you don't spend enough time with her and her boss or anything to have any kind of relationship dynamic there. It's like so minimal. Like there's that, the scene where that's Maddie cleaning up the dog poop or whatever in the office or something.
That was Maddie. Yeah.
There was this where her owner kind of was like, hey, what that model you were trying to represent or whatever, and like I'm like kind of like, oh, she's doing pretty good now, making good money. There was like a comment almost like admitting she was wrong but like not,
but she wouldn't actually admit. I still would like to see Nate go back to old Nate, but I don't know if that'll happen. And then would like to see Rue's sponsor come back, but maybe that was it. Only him at the beginning. That was it. I don't know. Because again, that's some of the other strongest stuff is their interactions. So, or just more of Rue and Jules. Just the moments that I think are the best conversations in the show.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm still missing the soundtrack. I still think like that music was so critical into making the vibe feel right.
Yeah.
That like still feels off. I think I'm curious. Someone took some of the soundtrack from season 1 or 2 and like added it to this season.
I'm sure
3.
it's on YouTube at this point.
Yeah, someone's probably done that at least for some scenes, and it probably makes it feel different and feel more like Euphoria. So I don't know, there's something about that kind of think that underlying drive of that makes some of the wackiness of the scenes kind of work. Because obviously music can play such a big role into how things feel.
It does, yeah. I will say this episode, there wasn't anything with the score that was interesting this time.
Yeah.
Previous episodes, there were at least like one moment or a few. Yeah, there wasn't anything this episode.
Yeah. Well, any other thoughts on where this is going?
No, we just no idea. Just like I think pretty much every week we've talked about the show. We don't really know.
Which is another nod to the fact that like the story is really not working because there's no like excitement or fear or any like, oh, this is what's going to happen. It's like you don't even care.
Yeah.
There's no way to speculate because you don't even care.
Yep.
So, which is not what you want as a show, but
still, I imagine there's still a lot of people watching it, even if they hate it, just because of how big the show was before, but also how big the actors are now. I imagine that.
And then just
a lot to do with it
for the spectacle of it all.
Yeah.
But, well, I mean, what do you guys think? Are you still watching the show at all? Anybody out there watching besides us? You got any thoughts or takes or hot takes or cold takes?
Whatever. I think at this point you're going to finish it. There's only 3 left. If you made it this far.
Yeah.
Into
what
watching
are you thinking? Let us know.
Yeah.
Shoot us an email at feedback@screentimepod.com or leave a comment or DM. You can follow us on a bunch of different platforms under Screen Time Podcast or Screen Time Pod. That you can do it on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And then you can follow each of us individually on Instagram if you'd like. I'm at J Umbar.
And I'm at Jared Umbar.
Okay, we'll catch you guys next week.